Welcome back to Diablo 4. Fantastic news regarding Season 9 and Sins of the Horadrim. They buffed everything. And they also revealed how we're actually going to get those horadric powers. Most importantly, we're getting a goat pad. The new season will begin on July the 1st. It's all about building your own spell combination with the new horadric powers. And the way we unlock them is over Astaroth Blood. To begin the Ember Smolder questline, find Brianna in Karigar, northwest of the waypoint. You must also have completed Diablo 4's base game campaign and created a new character on the seasonal realm. During the seasonal questline, you will discover the secret of unlocking the horadric Strongrooms and delve further into the archives of this one sacred order. You will also gain access to the horadric focus in Karigar. This powerful device is where you can check your seasonal reputation, knowledge, and earn rewards from the seasonal reputation track, our reputation board. Knowledge can be earned on the seasonal realm by slaying mummified horadrim in Strongrooms, elite enemies, and bosses. Note that the lair bosses also grant horadric knowledge, but you must unlock their respective horde upon their defeat to claim it. So no reputation for just killing and perma-farming them. Actually gotta claim the horde. Vials can be earned in nightmare dungeons, nightmare escalations, and Strongrooms and lair boss horde chests. These vials can be exchanged for horadric knowledge at the lapidary and to craft horadric jewels. The questline also grants you access to the Wayfinder, which allows you to find horadric strongrooms hidden within nightmare dungeons. Which means your first order of business in Season 9 is to really do the seasonal questline to get all the spells, all the powers, all the infusions, everything, that we have the bonus powers to level faster. Could technically rush to 60 and do it then, but where's the fun rushing to 60 without actually ever using the spells to make leveling easier? Especially those 5 little summons that shoot everyone. They should just speed up the progress. I'll be starting on normal, not penitent, hard X, anything, right? We'll start on normal and right away push through the quest line as fast as possible. Now the spells themselves haven't seen major buffs. Astro Magic even got a lucky hit chance nerf, but that's because we get an infusion that actually buffs lucky hit chance. We got Propulsion with a lower cooldown now. And then the infusions changing the elemental type did actually get more damage, 450% burning damage instead of 150. And also the duration of their special effect deactivates monsters' chilling winds. It's longer. Same for Nebulous effect, Glacial Nimbus. And the Corrosive Vapor also does vastly more poisoning damage. The Catalyst didn't see a single change, apart from Jagged Bramble, which now does more damage with Thorns. And also Sharpening Gizmo. Lucky hit damage from your Catalyst has a 50% chance to deal 200% physical damage. Your Catalyst lucky hit chance is doubled. Probably the reason they reduced the lucky hit chance on top to have this Gizmo not go crazy. What about the jewels? Did we see any changes there? And hardcore players might be happy. First, we get Willbreaker. Physical damage shatters enemy spirits, causing them to take 40% more physical damage for 6 seconds. This effect applies when first damaging a boss or elite or when they're affected by crowd control. Cool. That's amazing. Especially for overpower builds on the Necromancer, because they do blood damage, and that blood damage is physical damage. The Horn Jewel got buffed as well, giving summons 50% more damage instead of 30. Ka-ching. Summons going crazy. And Liminal Echo. If you would take fatal damage, instead prevent that damage, invoke Propulsion, and become invulnerable for 3 seconds. This can only occur every 75 seconds, and it was removed from hardcore. As it should. And they nerfed the Idol from Below. That gives you 6% primary stat, okay, and also 8% more maximum life. The maximum life was brought lower, which nerfs overpower actually further. That the primary stat is still there is fantastic. Now what about the Strongrooms? Because Strongrooms were actually quite lackluster. The problem being that at some point you're so strong that you kill everything in the room and you have nothing anymore to do. You have to wait for the timer to tick down. Within the Strongroom, you have 100 seconds to ramp up the carnage and earn as much attunement as possible. Stay near the pillars to satisfy their base needs, and keep in mind the specific pillars selected prior to the run to maximize your attunement. These pillars are kind of like kill enemies around and whatsoever, or kill the Tezzard dude. And sometimes it was really annoying to deal with. These pillar rituals can be completed in any order, and these rituals now complete more quickly with a larger radius to kill within. That's nice. Upon completing each pillar ritual, all monsters kill grants more attunement for 15 seconds. And if you die, you remove time from your Strongroom run. Dying should not happen though. You can locate sacrifice shrines within the Strongroom to aid your fight, which spawns an ambush on your location, and you have more things to kill. And now at the end, you have several potential bosses, because there used to be only one single boss. That got old fast. Now to the very good thing. At the end, regarding of how much attunement you get a Grand Horadric cache that gives you more rewards. This one is boosted, earning you powerful rewards such as obducite. Before, we didn't get any obducite from all of this. We're in a nightmare dungeon and we're not getting obducite. It felt useless to do strong rooms because I'm there to get obducite for masterworking. And on leaving the strong room, you'll also be given one of the following buffs completing the strong room, which lasts until the end of the nightmare dungeon. Wondering if end of nightmare dungeon in this case means end of the whole nightmare dungeon escalation. If I do a nightmare dungeon escalation, three nightmare dungeons in a row, and each of them contains a strong room, do I get these buff permanent? We can get experience, reputation, more obducite, more gold, and more vials. Pretty good. Now to escalating nightmares, because they seem to actually increase difficulty. And they buffed the Astaroth loot. How do you get the escalating nightmare sigils? To start an escalating nightmare, 3 nightmare dungeons in a row, you have to go through the reputation track, or you have to find strong rooms in normal nightmare dungeons starting Torment 1 to activate one of these escalating nightmares. And if you do the whole thing in Torment 1 or above, you'll fight Astaroth at the end. The nightmare dungeons are going to be stacking difficulties, so each is supposedly getting harder than the following one. And then at the very end, we get to fight Astaroth, as I mentioned. And this Astaroth had good loot. But now on top of that, the Astaroth fight can be potentially modified through certain nightmare dungeon affixes, which dial up the heat on the attacks. And defeating Astaroth has a rare chance to drop a horadric jewel, slay the Charduke himself to try and earn one of those powerful tools. That's actually a fantastic change, together with the more obducite in general dropping from strong rooms. I got to the point in the PTR where I didn't want to do this anymore, where I had zero interest in actually going into a nightmare escalation, as the rewards weren't worth it. I could do an Infernal Horde and have more fun. Now I do have a reason, because I get actually more obducite than before. I can get that more obducite bug, and Astaroth can now drop these horadric jewels, and that's actually fantastic. This update is, by the way, meant to be permanently. So the nightmare dungeons are staying, the strong rooms, the escalating nightmares, the quality of life changes, the new uniques for each class, all of this is staying. What else changed? We get new unique items. For example, the Barbarian had boots that give you cleave for basic attacks, and that cleave radius is now improved to make it even more dangerous. The Druid has a two-handed hammer for poison pools with pulverize, and that used to have a 10-second cooldown. Now it says if no puddle is around you. I kind of removed the 10-second cooldown to at least always have a puddle around you, making it semi-useful. And the Hand of Nas, which was for summoner necros to make yourself super archmages. Sadly, the archmages still teleport, which is useless, but at least they now shatter more often to do more damage, and they're even bigger than before. Archmage necro, definitely my vibe and what we're going to play. And the Sorcerer, which anyways was insane already, now gets bonus attack speed instead of critical strike chance on the Ophidian Iris for the Hydra Sorcerer. And we get 1 to 2 ranks to Primordial Binding instead of Devouring Blaze. I cannot wait to play the multi-Hydra Sorc. That's going to be my second one, so 2 summoner builds actually this season. On top of all this info, we also get the campfire chat on the 27th, where they'll probably reiterate on stuff like this and give us more in-depth patch notes if they actually fiddled even more with the numbers. Because some of the nerfs were too much, some of the nerfs were clearly not needed, and some things need even more buffs right now. But it's shaping up to be a better Season 9 than the PTR has shown, so the PTR works. What do you think now about these changes? Does it have you more interested in Season 9? I have to say, as I was actually watching their gameplay trailer, it was well done. I mean, Blizzard knows how to still make people interested, how to build the hype, how to get people excited. I watched it and was like, 1st of July, let's effing go. I hope the level experience will be fun, but do tell me in the description below. What do you think? You're going to play? You're going to be with me? I can't wait to meet you there and play Hand of Nas Necromancer live on the channel. See you there.